Bam, bam, bam. What's up, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the 49 Show. The 49 Show. The 49 Show. All right, with your boy K.O.D.S. I want to talk to you about 49er Packer game, break that down, and talk about the 49er Raven preview for this Sunday. All right? Not a whole lot to talk about what happened Sunday. All right? We came into the game 9-1. The Packers came into the game 8-2. The results at the end, the Packers left out that bitch 8-3. We walk away 10-1. And it's real simple. We whooped that ass, Trick. Point blank. All right? So if there's any Packer fans watching right now, any Green Bay people checking my video out, hey, check this out. You're good. The Packers are fine. Aaron Rodgers is fine. Don't listen to the media and what they're saying and all that stuff, you know, how they're not giving us a lot of respect, and they're just saying the Packers need to be better and Aaron Rodgers needs to be better. He is good. He just ran into us, okay? That's just it. Simple and plain. You got annihilated. It wasn't a game. It wasn't a close game. And it never had a chance to be. Basically because the defense was just too much and too physical for the Packers offense. That's it. And if you run into us again, the same thing is going to happen. That's it. We beat Green Bay 37-8. The defense was great. The offense was good. It took a while for the offense to get things going. We got hit a lot. Garoppolo got hit a few times, got sacked a few times on third down plays because they got a good pass rush. I said that. The Smith brothers are good. Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith. They're not real brothers, I'm just saying. Those guys are good. But Kyle Shanahan made a good, interesting move. He moved Justin School out. He benched him. Then he brought in Daniel Brunskill, who had been playing right tackle during McGlinchey and Staley's time out when they were out for about 6 weeks. So we're thinking, okay, Brunskill's coming in, playing left tackle. Can he play left tackle? Yeah, he can. He did a damn good job. And we didn't have to get Juszczyk or Kittle to help Chip as much when we put in Brunskill. And that opened up other things when he made that move. Shanahan, just as smart as it gets, he needed to make that move because School has been pretty good. He has. I hadn't had a lot of bad things to say about him. I thought he did fine. We were also talking about, hey, why bring Staley back? School is doing fine. But he was overwhelmed with Zadarius Smith on Sunday night. It is what it is. We pulled him out. We brought Brunskill in. Everything was fine. Kittle got a good touchdown off of play action on the next drive after Green Bay got their touchdown. That touchdown drive that the referees would not stop throwing flags until they moved their way into the red zone. So, hey, you gave them 8 points. Fine, they got it. Whoop-de-doo. It could have been a shutout, though. That's what I'm pitching at here. And but they did score, and we came right back and scored a touchdown immediately and said, fuck your touchdown. Point blank. So, we beat the Packers. We dominated them, and we'll do it again because the Packers are good, but they can't play a physical defense. The same thing happened when they played the Chargers out in L.A. So your California trip this season wasn't too good. And if you have to play us again, Packer fans, don't think for 1 minute that, okay, you beat us this time, you're not going to beat us twice because we know what to do. Nah, you just can't do it because you're not as physical as us, and you get smashed in the mouth. Everybody has a plan until you get hit in the mouth. And you got hit in the mouth real good. Also, you came away with a bloody nose, busted lip, and all of that. So that's what happens when you play the San Francisco 49ers, who are a defensive team, and they are a very good physical defensive team. And I told you all, when I went live Saturday night, I said, this is what's going to happen if we play a pocket passer. We are elite against pocket quarterbacks, and we go back down to average against dual threat quarterbacks. But Aaron Rodgers is not that dual threat he used to be. He wants to stay in the pocket more because of his injuries the past 2 seasons, and they've missed postseason when he goes out. So he doesn't want to go out. He wants to stay healthy. He'll be fine because he won't see another team like us again unless it's in January. And it'll be the same results if we play you in January. We could have did you all like the Ravens done the Rams last night, but we didn't do that. We gave you a little room to breathe. But if it's the playoffs, we're going to keep our foot on your neck. That's it. Now, we're 10-1, and we are 1-0 for this 3-game stretch. And this 3-game stretch is the biggest, hardest 3-game stretch that any team has had in the Super Bowl era. That's what they say. Okay, that's fine. Game 2 of this 3-game stretch is Sunday. It's a 1 o'clock Eastern start. It's 12 Central. It's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. And this is where, I marked a little L in pencil when I saw the schedule come out because of us going on the East Coast. And because I knew Lamar Jackson was going to be a good quarterback and have a better season than last year. So I'm like, we'll see. But when I saw Green Bay at Baltimore, at New Orleans, I'm like, that may be where the road gets a little bumpy, but we'll be fine nonetheless. Well, here's the thing. I'm not so sure that's going to be an L now because we are getting 4 key players back for this Sunday's game against Baltimore. Shanahan said yesterday in the press conference that we are getting back, possibly. He didn't say that they are coming back, but he said they're on pace to either be back or be game time decisions. And that is Joe Staley, Matt Breida, D Ford, and Robbie Gould. Those are the 4 players that can be back. Gould already came out and said, I'm playing. I plan on playing Sunday. You can take that with a grain of salt. We don't know what to expect from Gould when he comes back. We just don't know. The McLaurin, he's done all right. Whatever his name is, however you say it. The kicker, the backup kicker is done okay. He did not get us that win. Our only loss this season is because of his leg. True enough. But there were so many things we could have done to win that game to where we didn't have to rely on his leg at that point in time of that game. Russell Wilson gave us a pick that we were surprised to actually see, even though it was a hell of a play by Dre Greenlaw. But, had he not done that, they were going to finish that game right then and there. But we had our chances. That game could have went anyway. We already know the story on that Monday night. We lost. But I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt about Robbie Gould coming back on Sunday. Because I don't know what to expect from his ass, just to be honest with you. But he should be back. Staley, Breida, and D Ford should be back as well. So if we got those guys back, and we didn't have any of those guys Sunday night, and you saw what we done Sunday night against Green Bay without those guys. And yeah, this is a different team we're playing, but we are getting players back. And if we get those 4 key players back against a better team, true enough, what do you expect to happen? I want you guys to comment and let me know. Give me your final score on what you think the score is going to be. Now, I'm not going to lie. Since these injuries have been happening and we've still been kind of like up and down inconsistently on the offense, I said weeks ago, hey, man, that might be the game we lose, And I was thinking something like 28-17, Baltimore, wins that game. And I am worried about Baltimore, but now I'm kind of leaning toward us still coming out of the way to get this win if our defense does what it needs to do. And hear me out. Our defense needs to shut the run game down. All Baltimore wants to do is run that damn ball. They want to run it right down your throat, just like we do. Mark Ingram and Lamar Jackson, they run. Robert Saleh, you've got to get creative, and you've got to come up with a way to stop this run. And people know from watching film that has been our one little flaw, our one little weakness, running up the middle. And that's because of that wide 9. But I told you people when I was live Saturday night, fuck the wide 9. We can the pass rush is good with or without it. We don't have to be so far outside, lined up outside of the tackle and the tight end to get there. We can still get there. So forget the wide 9. Robert Saleh did some interesting things on Sunday night against the Packers. I saw Tavarius Moore on the field at the same time with Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tartt. One play I saw Tavarius Moore in the line of scrimmage, in the middle, coming up the blitz, up the middle, as they had the line stacked. There was Tavarius Moore on the line of scrimmage. It was Jimmy Ward playing like a corner, and it was Tartt who was playing the safety, the single high safety. I'm like, this is different, but I liked it. I just said Saturday night, Saleh needs to get creative. And I know he's not watching my videos. He didn't even know who K.O.D.S is. But he done it. And I'm glad to say it because I look like I know what I'm talking about. it was really good to see him switch some things up, and we were being creative, and we're going to have to do that again. I would like to see Tavarius more on the field more with Ward and with Tart at the same time. The Chargers beat the Ravens in the wild card game last year in the playoffs. They the one who put the Ravens out the playoffs by playing 7 DBs, something that was almost unheard of. Now, it didn't work the next week in Foxborough against the Patriots, but it worked against the Ravens in Baltimore on the road, and they beat them, and they beat them pretty good. And I think that if we tried 7 DBs out there, we've got a good shot in confusing the quarterback, Lamar Jackson, into what are they doing? I hadn't saw this before. Keep in mind, Lamar Jackson is a young quarterback, okay? He's young. He's good. He's dynamic as fuck, but he's young. He hadn't seen everything yet, okay? Keep that in mind. He has not seen everything yet. This is not Aaron Rodgers. This is not Tom Brady. And you see what we did to a quarterback Sunday night who has seen it all. 15 seasons in the league. And he could not get rid of the ball because he didn't want to make a mistake. He doesn't really make mistakes. After that fumble, I knew he was going to pull it down and take the sack instead of going deep to where he throws a pick or the ball gets stripped, he gets fumbled again, and now it's just all on his head, and he doesn't like that. And I told you he stay in the pocket more. So everything went good the way we said it. We're 1-0 in this 3-game stretch, and we're looking to go 2-0. If we can win all 3 of these games, at Baltimore, at New Orleans, I'm talking more shit than anybody on this earth, on this planet. Because I will know then, if we can beat Baltimore, Green Bay, and New Orleans, there's nobody that can fuck with us on the road to the Super Bowl. We're going to South Beach. We're going to Miami. Just like we did when Steve Young was wearing that uniform all season long in '94, and we went to Miami, Joe Robbie Stadium, and beat the San Diego Chargers. And those were some of my conspiracy theories on why I thought we would go to Miami this year and beat the Chargers in a Super Bowl. And we call it the Bosa Bowl because it'd be Joey Bosa versus Nick Bosa. But that don't seem like that's going to happen right now because the Chargers are like 4-7 and they quarterback just sucks right now. So they're going to have to make a hell of a run and hope other teams lose. But I digress. That has nothing to do with my topic of today. This video and the topic of discussion is we whooped Green Bay, and now we're looking to just go to Baltimore and keep it close and hang in there. Contain the run, but I would like to shut it down. Because we've never seen Lamar Jackson come from behind. We've never seen him play, you know what I'm saying, where he didn't have a lead. And they could just get creative and do this and do that and hit him with all these things like, man, what are they doing here? Greg Roman, you seem more creative now than you did when you was coaching Cap in San Francisco. That's what it seems like. But they're always playing with the lead. And the teams that they've really demolished, the Miami Dolphins, the LA Rams, these teams really aren't that good, are they? Let's be real. If our defense can do their job, keep the game close, Garoppolo has a good chance in still finishing them off late in the game, and we still can get the dub. Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, those guys aren't Debo, Emmanuel Sanders, and George Kittle. Okay? You know that. They're not. Everything that the Rams have done, the success they had the past few years, and last year, the Super Bowl year, it was off play action. It was off Todd Gurley. They didn't have a running game last night. There was nothing to stop. They got to stop our run. And yeah, they'll stack up the box. They'll do what Arizona and Seattle done the past 3 weeks. They will. But Breida's coming back. I believe Breida's coming back. And if Breida can come back, now we've got Breida, we've got Coleman, we've got Mostert. We've got Jeff Wilson. We've got these people, these 3-4 running backs, however way he chooses to use them, that we can say they're all healthy, they're all back, they're good. We're going to hand it off. We're going to throw it to them sometimes. We're going to check it down. If Garoppolo can just play smart, not make any bonehead decisions, and I really question his judgment at times, but if he can just play smart and not lose the game for us, the defense will keep us in it to where he has an opportunity to win the game for us in the end. Now, I'm not saying he's going to go out here and light it up, but I also don't think Lamar Jackson is going to light it up on us like he did against the Rams. We're not the Rams. We've got a much better D-line. Way much better. They've got Aaron Donald. That's it. You know who we got, okay? Ford is coming back. Bosa, he's there. He ain't going nowhere. Armstead, Buckner. I want to get this interesting news. Depending on, how you look at it. But Demontre Moore, we brought him back so he could fill in for Ronald Blair. He's out for the season. He broke his forearm just like that quick. Yep, I know. But here's some interesting news. When I talk about our D-line against them, stopping the run and all of that. The Ravens had a significant injury last night with their center, Matt, I don't know. I can't say his name right now. I'm sorry. But their starting center, he is their starting center. He's done for the season. He's out Sunday. Now, I hate that because I don't want any excuses if we whoop them or if we just beat them, period. But this is an advantage for us because their offensive line picks up blitzes well. They run block well. And a lot of that is just because that's a damn good O-line. They run the ball just as good as anybody in the league. Not quite as good as us or as good as we had been running the football, but they run the ball good. So what I'm trying to say is their center is out for the season, though. Max Stovall or something like that. Stovall, I believe his name is. He's their starting center. And, a center is like the quarterback of the O-line. He's the one who, when the quarterback checks into something or audibles a check out something, this is who the center is the one who dials everything up, points out to who the blitzer is, or let the quarterback know what's going on. He's the quarterback of the O-line. He's done for the season. Now, I don't know if they've got a backup who's just as good or not. I'm not sure. I ain't no Raven fan. But this is where we have to take advantage of that. Send blitzes up the middle. Because they kind of, they're kind of one leg down now. So let's just go ahead and send it. They're down a little bit. We got to keep kicking them while they're down. It's the best time to kick a motherfucker. So they got a center out, and that is significant. I don't like it because I don't want any excuses if we beat them. But, hey, anything that's going to help us get an advantage and get the win, I'm all for it. And this is an advantage right here because now you've got Buckner and DJ Jones lined up in the middle against a backup now. And yeah, they're going to double Buckner, but man, DJ Jones, oh man, I didn't even get to talk about how great he was Sunday night. Jimmy Ward was balling. He was great. I'm going to leave it at that with Jimmy Ward because every time I talk about him and Brad, he gets hurt. So I'm not going to say anything about him. And you notice I ain't even called him Mr. Glass in weeks. I ain't called him Mr. Glass probably since he started back playing this season. But I'm going to leave it at that. DJ Jones and Buckner have an advantage up the middle now that their center is out. If we can stop this run, Mark Ingram and Lamar Jackson, and our offense puts up some points, whether it's 2 field goals or a touchdown and a field goal, if we can just get up 10, we've got them where we want them. Because now our defense can do some things that we love doing against average quarterbacks, pocket quarterbacks, pin our ears back and just get to the quarterback. We can do that if we get the lead. Lamar Jackson is very dynamic, but he is not Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson as far as he's short. You can't hardly see him. He's quick. He's so elusive. You think you got him and you can't get him. Kyler Murray's like that little Tom and Jerry motherfucker, the little mouse, Jerry. You just can't get him because he's so short and quick. Same thing for Russell. Well, you can see Lamar Jackson. He's not 6'5", but he stands pretty good over the line or whatever when he's standing in the pocket. He's over 6 feet. I'm not sure his height, but he's not those little guys, and he's not as quick, but he's still fast. He's not Michael Vick fast, but he reminds you of Michael Vick, if that makes any sense, because when he gets out in the open field, he's gone. And he can put a move on you, and he can put you on skates. No doubt about that. No doubt about it. He can shake and bake you to death. But he's got to get in that second level to do that. And how he does that is if he has any open lanes. If he sees the pocket clear where he can just shoot right up there, he's gone. So we can't afford to play a lot of man coverages against him, but we never really do that much anyway. So I think we stay zone and everything and make him think, make him beat us with his mind, not just his arm and his leg, because we know he can do that. But we got to make him see some things that he hadn't seen before, but we need to send some pressure. But I would say more zone blitzes. If we can do that and we can get a lead, we're fine. We're good. I like our chances a whole lot better. Us coming from behind, the way they like to stack the box and send pressure at times, and the way Garoppolo kind of, gets a little shaky in those situations and he doesn't make good decisions then, we're in trouble. No doubt about it. So this game could go either way, but I still see it being close, and I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle. Okay? I'm going to try to get back with you all later in the week when I can get some of my guys, my homies, in my group, the 4-9 Club, to, we'll do something like a Skype or something, but we'll do this video call to where I want at least 3 other guys, 3 or 4, whoever is available at the time, so you all can get a whole nother aspect on 49er fans who know football like myself and what they think, because we all have different views, and I would like for you all to see that. And I'll try to do that before this Baltimore game this Sunday. We still got plenty of time. It's early in the week, but the breaking news is that the Ravens center is out for the season, so we won't have to worry about him Sunday night. And that gives us a better advantage on trying to push their line back and win this in the trenches. And if we can win in the trenches, we can always win a game. That's how the football game is to be won, in the trenches. So our O-line against their D-line will be very, very interesting. But our D-line against their O-line is more interesting to me because they're so dangerous with Lamar Jackson and the run option. And then handing it out to Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram is good, but a lot of his success is because of Lamar Jackson's success on the ground game. This dude is on pace to break Michael Vick's record as far as going over 1,030-something yards in a season. It's unheard of. Well, I ain't trying for him. I'm not trying to see him get closer to that at our expense. Don't want it to happen. We have to spy. I think Tavarius Moore, as I was saying earlier, needs to be on the field more. I don't really think Al Shazier or whatever his name is and Greenlaw are going to be the guys who can do that. So I think Fred Warner is the only linebacker needs to be on the field for a lot of snaps, in my opinion. It's been done before. We saw the Chargers do this to them. So I say more plays, more snaps to where Tavarius Moore is on the field at the same time as Ward and Tart. We can use him to spy a little bit because he can run. He has speed. And he could kind of do what Quan Alexander would have done had he not gotten hurt. I was really looking forward to that matchup because I thought Quan could do it. Whether he needs to stay there and spy, in coverage, come up and try to chase him out of bounds or force him to do something stupid. This is what Quan was this is why he was so valuable for us. But he's not there, so there's no need to, cry over spilled milk. But I think Tavarius Moore, remember I'm saying this now, he should be out there a lot more. It will be key. And I think that Salah's got this in mind because I saw him out there Sunday night. And I hadn't been seeing him unless it's special teams. So this is going to be a good game. It's going to be very interesting. We know we have to win these games, though, because if we lose and Seattle wins, we're going from number 1 to number 5 in the seeds. And that's not a good thing. Not saying that I'm worried about us going on the road beating anyone in the playoffs, but it's always better to have home field advantage. You know what I'm saying? Number 1 or number 2 seed is always great to have. So we'll see how that goes. But, man, this is going to be a good game. It's an early game. This has every makings of it for it to be a stinker. Baltimore coming off of almost a 50-burger, whooping up on the rounds like they did. But I like it like this because I would rather play the Ravens coming off a sweet victory than playing them coming off of a defeat. They're good. They're happy. They're running away with the AFC North. There's no stress. There's no worries. I think we got them when we want them. And again, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And I think we will punch them in the mouth. Not saying they're not going to hit us because they're good and they're physical. But I'm not really worried about our offense this week against their defense because their defense has just been playing with leads. So they've been doing – the only thing I'm worried about is Marcus Peters being nosy back there in the secondary. Garoppolo has to watch the film real good, real carefully, and that's why I'm glad he got an interception last night as well because Garoppolo can watch and he needs to know. And Shanahan needs to let him know. He's always watching you. Even when his back is turned, he's got eyes behind his head. He's the most nosiest motherfucking cornerback in the league. He baits quarterbacks into thinking that he's following someone else, and he will leave that guy to come out to the flat or wherever you throw that ball and pick that ball off, and he will take it to the house. He will do it. So you got to watch out for Marcus Peters, Garoppolo, please. But they do this because they've gotten so much better adding him along with Humphreys, and I think it's Brandon Carr, and you got Earl Thomas out there. So, I mean, this is a really good secondary. They are pretty good. Front seven pretty good. But they've been playing with leads. And some of the games where they just really whooped ass, it was the Miami Dolphins. Okay? It was the LA Rams. Okay? They're good, but they ain't that good. All right? This is the best team that they're going to see so far this season, and that's us. We can go back and watch Cleveland Brown game because the Cleveland Browns beat them, and they beat them pretty good on the road. So they can be beat. They're not immortal. All right? We can do it. We can do it, and I think we can do it, and I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to win in a close one, 23-21. And I think that the Ravens come back to get that third touchdown, but we still hold, and we finish them off. Robbie Gould coming back, we may need him. We may need him to kick that field goal to get us to 23 to win it. But I think we win this game, and I'm going to say 23-21. Like I said, D Ford, Matt Breida, Joe Staley, and Robbie Gould may all be back for this game, and we need them. Well, not Staley so much. You know how I feel about Staley, but Daniel Brunskill played good. So if he has to start at left tackle, I'm fine with it. Kittle was back. Emmanuel Sanders is back. They look pretty good to me, even though Kittle's playing with a broken bone in his ankle, and Emmanuel Sanders has got cracked ribs. And that's not good. It doesn't feel good. But he looked all right Sunday night. So as long as these guys can play, the offense is going to move the ball. Kittle can make a play when you stack that line. The problem is during that 3-game stretch against Arizona where he got hurt, and then he missed the game against Seattle, and then he missed the following game against Arizona again, he wasn't on the field. But we know Kittle, he just makes everything better. He brings energy and life to the team. He's like we're dying, and then he shows up, and we come back to life. He's a breath of fresh air. He's the best player on our team. Shanahan, I'll tell you that. He knows it. The whole team knows it. And with him being back, did you see how much better we looked when we got him back on Sunday night? I'm not worried about nothing when it comes to him and the offense because he's on the offense. And as long as he's there, the blocking, the catching, the getting the separation, Mr. Third Down. That's why he does that all the time, because he's Mr. Third Down. I'm not worried about anything. We will be fine. So all the Travis Kelce lovers and Zach Ertz and whoever else you think is a top 5 tight end, it's time to put that shit to sleep. Put it to bed. Put the cover over it and turn the light out and walk out the bedroom. Put that shit to bed. Kittle is the number 1 tight end in the league, hands down. There's nothing Kelce can do that Kittle can't do. But there is things that Kittle can do that Travis Kelce can't do. He's the best tight end blocker in the game. He's got good hands. He's got good yak. He gets the yards after the catch. Mean stiff arm. Got a little juke to him. Got a little wiggle to him when he has to. I don't know what you can say that he can do better than Kittle. Maybe he's a little faster than Kittle. Maybe. I don't know. But overall, Kittle is the best. And as long as he's playing, I ain't got no worries. The offense will be fine. Especially if we can just get a little lead. And that defense can contain the run. They looking to run, y'all. This is what they do. If we can just stop that. Don't give any spacing to where he can move up here and run up here. Watch the spy. The spy needs to watch the run option. I think Tavarius Moore needs to be out there doing that more because I don't think a linebacker, besides Warner, is fast enough to keep up with him when he's going this way or that way or cuts back and goes up this way, and he will put a move on your ass. So I'm not worried about the Ravens receivers. They only get the plays they get because of the run game. They run until you just say, fuck it, we stopping this run, we shutting it down. And then that's when they go over the top and they hit you. Hollywood Brown and Andrews, the tight end. They may even have 2. So this is the thing, stop the run. That's the key to winning the football game. We stop the run, and on offense, we run the ball. They're going to try to shut it down. I get it. I know it. But Kittle was back. I don't think there's really else left to say. Kittle was back. And as long as Kittle was back, I think we'll be fine with that. He's going to help run block more. He's going to be there chipping a pass rush off. Him and Juszczyk. 3 tight end sets that I talked about a few weeks ago. We're going back to that more. So we're setting everything up like it's a run sometimes, and then wham, there's the play fake. like that touchdown, and then over the top, Kittle made him think that he was going on an out, and he went up, touchdown. Just like that. We can do it. We can do it. We will do it. Like I said, this is a very, very scary game because we're playing a very, very scary team with a scary, dynamic quarterback. He makes you have nightmares. No doubt about it. And I have said that we probably would lose this game. And I also had even made a score. 28-17, Baltimore wins. We just got to chuck that shit up and go to New Orleans and get back to what we, to what we do. But I'm beginning to think now we can win. We can win this game because of who you're telling me who's coming back. And that's what they're telling me. They're telling me that we're getting 4 key players back. And with D4 being back, you saw what we did without D4 Sunday night. You saw what we did without Breida. So we get these guys back. And yeah, it's against a better team, true enough. But I think we can win this game. 23-21, Ravens win. We're going to try to break this game down a little bit more and go more in-depth with it when I get my homies on. We got time to do that before this week is up, before Sunday. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a slobber knocker. Can't wait to see it. We locked and we loaded, and you already know me. I'm ready to go till I'm dead and cold. Let's go 11-1, man. Let's go 11-1. For real. Oh, and one more thing. If any of you football fans who have been watching me, 49er fans watching me, if you are interested in me talking about any, well, no, I probably couldn't do that. Somebody was telling me I should talk about the AEW wrestling because I hadn't been a wrestling fan in some years, but because wrestling sucks now. Like the WWE is terrible. And for what I heard, it's still terrible. But this AEW stuff, man, I used to be a big Jericho fan. And so when I saw that he was on this wrestling and I heard JR, my good old JR, the best commentator in the game, and the old guy from WCW Nitro, Tony Schiavone, you got to be wrestling fans to know who I'm talking about. But if you are, I'm thinking about doing some AEW talk. They got this Wednesday Night War thing going on with AEW versus NXT or something like that. I don't watch the other brand. I just watch AEW on Wednesday nights when I can. But it seems like it's pretty good, man. And I know my AEW stuff for right now. So if anybody out there is a WWE person, maybe we can go at it and we can, we can do our videos at the same time and, we can discuss like they do on the Sirius radio, Busted Open when they talk about how that Wednesday night went. That's just something I thought I would throw out there. Podcast coming soon, know where I'm going to talk all sports. But as of right now, hey, it's going to get real, real juicy these next couple weeks, these next several weeks, because even after we finish this 3-game stretch, Ravens, Saints, we still got Falcons, who was, a hard team to figure out. If you underestimate them, they will beat you right now. And then we got the Rams again before Seattle. So, like a lot coming up. Week 13 coming up Sunday. Ravens, Niners. Let's get it, man. Let's go 11-1. Let's get it. Red and gold till I'm dead and cold. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can know when I am going to be doing another video. And we got a lot of them coming. Thank you. See you again. 49 show, baby. Let's go 11-1.